Yo, what's up, guys? Joker here bringing you a video on the new divination cards that we just received for 3.18. I'd figure I'd go ahead and give a quick opinion on them and see if they're really going to make that much of an impact. Are they good, bad, trash? I was scrolling through them, and some of them, in my opinion, are really good and were really needed. Others, on the other hand, are, not something that I personally really even care about. So let's jump right into it. First thing is going to be altered perception. This is going to be essentially 100 simulacrum shards, right? Because 3 cards trade for a simulacrum, so this card is equivalent to 100 simulacrum shards. Is it going to do anything to the price of simulacrums? Probably not, just because of the fact that since you were able to farm 300 splinters, the price of a simulacrum was nothing, right? So, if anything, this is going to make simulacrums even more profitable because they're going to be dirt cheap. And if you're able to farm them to wave 2025, then you're going to be able to make a lot of currency. Or on the other hand, currency and those items aren't going to be worth anything because simulacrums spit out so much of those that it'll pretty much tank the price. Brawny Battle Mage, a physical tornado wand. I've never been a wander. I don't know if you use a tornado wand for a fizz build, so I can't really comment on it, but 5 cards for a merciless tornado wand. Next thing I do really like, Darker Half. 3 cards for 5 Eldritch Chaos Orbs. I really love this because in my opinion, Eldritch Chaos were too rare, right? Like, if we go ahead and we take a look, Eldritch Chaos ended up being, they were worth more than Eldritch Exalted, but they ended up being like 30C majority of the time. And if you bought them in bulk, probably like 3 to 1x. And Eldritch Chaos are really good for crafting just because it's a free reroll of a suffix or a prefix. Let's say you get perfect suffixes on an item, and all you have to do is have the right influence and hit it with an Eldritch Chaos. You can roll pretty much for free until you get decent prefixes on it, which was the best part of the Eldritch Chaos. They were just too rare and too expensive for you to really take advantage of them. So that's really good. The fact that hopefully they drop more in general too, but this is really good. Hopefully this drops the price to maybe 15, 20C, something more manageable like that. Because 30C, 3 for an X, that's just ridiculous. The casual, normal player is not going to be able to even test those or experiment with them, right? A fate worse than death, a Cortex. We got that other card last league that gave us a synthesized map, right? And that thing spit out Cortexes. So I didn't really think we needed another source of a Cortex because Bottle Faith was already super cheap pretty early on into the league just because of how many Cortexes that card spit out. It did hit its what 10x mark, but then it dropped and then it just continues. So I don't think it's actually 7x right now. I swear Bottled Face were cheaper than that. But yeah, Bottled Face mainly the main thing you get from a Cortex. But I didn't think we needed more Cortex, but hey. The Forward Gaze, this is going to be something good, getting a bunch more replica items in the game where we don't have to do heist because a lot of people just don't even like heist. So the fact that we get more replica items is going to be fun. It's going to be build enabling. It's going to make some replicas a lot cheaper because obviously it's most likely weighted. So it's going to be a good way to get some of those lower tier replica items that may be used for niche builds, but were just expensive because no one took them, right? Apart from that, you can probably use this to gamble for like a replica headhunter, a replica Pharaoh's fur, those type things, for a good little chunk of change. And for 6 cards for the item, they're probably going to be pretty expensive just because of the potential for the high value replicas. From bone to ash, I mean, honestly, I don't know anyone who would really care about this. I hate to say it. That someone really paid for Nagoon, double implicit Nagho's flame. I mean, it's not even six linked, so you're literally just paying for the axe. Once again, like with the wand, I don't normally use this item, so I guess I can't talk that much on it. Maybe it doesn't even need to be six linked to be good, but I don't. That's really niche. This, on the other hand, further invention has very high potential because it saves you having to use an awakener's orb on a base, right? If you are lucky and you get like a good base, if you get a good helmet base where it's a double influenced like bone helmet, royal baguette, I'm pretty sure you can't get blizzard crown, but hubris circlet, great crown, like some of these are selling for a decent little chunk at the end of the league. So if it's early in the league and you're able to get some of these and some, you're probably going to be able to sell a good base for a couple of X just from getting lucky in the cards. Exceptional gem, right home. Now, this is one thing that I did have a question on because the fact that the exceptional gems, from what I was able to find out, are the Enlighten, Awaken, Enhance, right? All of those. But I could have swore they changed these to drop only mainly. So I guess they wanted to go ahead and lower the prices of like the Enlighten and everything, right? Because after they made the changes, Enlighten, Enhance, oh, especially with Ashes of the Star, Enhance was pretty strong. But Enlighten and then whatchamacallit, Enlighten, Enhance, and Empower, they were actually worth a decent chunk. I feel like this may knock them down back a little bit, but from what I was reading, it counts the portal gem as an exceptional gem too. So this might be a very risky gamble because you know it's going to be weighted, probably spitting out portal gems if that is one of the results that it can give. Otherwise, I mean, it's a good little card. It's going to be probably worth like 60, 70 C because Enhance, Enlighten, and Empower are all like a couple of acts at the start of the league, right? So that's going to be a good little way of getting more of those in. Wing Scarab, I mean, okay. Wing scarabs are never super expensive, so the fact that you can get crappy wing scarabs is this is kind of dead on entry. This is huge. The Apothecary, Mage Blood. We finally, after what, 2 leagues, have a Mage Blood div card. This is going to drop the price of Mage Blood by a decent bit. I feel like this is going to allow a lot of people to use it that just weren't able to farm up to a mirror, right? Because I think Mage Blood's always been like a mirror pretty much, unless you used like a 2 or 3 flask one, which I mean, that's not really fun. So I think this is going to probably knock at least 100x off the Mage Blood. So it's going to be a lot more viable because there's just going to be that many more. I mean, depending how rare this card is, but I feel like this is really good. It's going to open up Mage Blood being a more casual item compared to people who could get a mirror, and that wasn't a lot of players. So I mean, Mage Blood is pretty cool. Like it running around super fast for free with like all the benefits of Mage Blood. Mage Blood builds are fun, right? Just like mapping with a headhunter is fun. So I think this is good. The fact, and I mean, and it's not like it's super mini, it's 5. So if I'd have to compare this, I'd probably say it's going to be rarer than a doctor. So don't expect to see it, but there's going to be enough people that get it that it's still going to pump a steady supply of Mage Bloods in. And it's not corrupted or anything, so you're able to divine it to try to get the 4 flasks. The Destination Watcher's Eye 2 implicit. This is going to be a huge gamble because not only do you need it to have good mods, you'd want it to have the implicits that are good. And the fact that it takes 9 cards to get it, I mean, this if you wanna gamble, this is going to be something that you can gamble. Because imagine getting like a double hatred Watcher's Eye and then having like corrupted blood and can't be silenced on it, right? Like that would be such a nutty jewel. Stuff like that, right? And then belt double influenced. I mean, this is neat. Just double influenced belt. I could have swore we already had a div card like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, double influenced unique belt. I'm pretty sure we've already had a card like this. But that's pretty much it. Biggest things that I'm hyped about out of this, I'm gonna say probably the fact that we get a lot more replica items, the fact that we get a lot more Eldritch Chaos, and the fact that we have a Mage Blood card. Those are going to be the three biggest things out of this, just because I think those three things are amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and stay up to date for future content. With the league coming up, I may try to take a may try to take a couple days off to get ahead on that league start, and I'm going to be pumping out my average videos, like things to help you as we get closer to league start, to help you get a smooth league start, tools, tips, tricks. So make sure to stay tuned so you can be up to date with your best league start chance. All right, but yeah, besides that, take care.